Hey guys, I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Today we're going to review the ThunderCats Ultimate Lion-O figure from Super7. ThunderCats are back, they are loose, and it is about time. So as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, just before San Diego Comic-Con 2016, Mattel abruptly canceled Mattycollector.com. And that was their online collector store that they were using to release a lot of adult themed lines such as Masters of the Universe Classics, Voltron, ThunderCats, Ghostbusters, various other things that they did. And so when Mattycollector was canceled, everything else went with it, basically. Mattel did finish the year with everything that they shown. I remember talking to the Four Horsemen at San Diego Comic-Con 2016 about Mattycollector and just to see what was going on, and it was just very, very heartbreaking how it all went down. Um, but moving forward, 4 years later, 2020, Super7 has released the first wave of ThunderCats figures. I just got these in hand. I pre-ordered the set from Super7, and I am just beyond thrilled to have this line back. It's definitely it's been a long wait. 4 years is a long wait to wait for anything, basically. But I'm just happy that it's back to begin with, because this line could have been done forever. So if it wasn't for Super7, this may not have ever happened. So I just want to give Super7, Brian Flynn, a shout out and thank you for bringing this line back. I'm sure they've heard that a billion times, but in my opinion, you can never have too many thank yous for resurrecting this line. So, as you see here, this is the brown mailer box that Lion-O comes in. When Mattycollector first started, they offered white mailer boxes for their Masters of the Universe Classics He-Man line. And then they changed it to the brown mailing boxes because Scott Knightlick, Toy Guru, said it was a little cheaper. So since then, they've switched to brown boxes for everything, and Super7 has also followed that. So on the brown mailer, you see the ThunderCats logo, you see Lion-O, the Super7 logo, and it specifies this figure is for ages 14 and up. So just be aware of that. This is definitely not a kids line. Although at PowerCon, I did see kids playing with Masters of the Universe Classics toys, which I thought that was awesome. They were there with their parents. Their parents introduced them to this, even though the line wasn't necessarily for them. They were playing with it. They knew about it. So that was great to see. And I'm sure there are going to be kids out there that are going to play with this ThunderCats line as their parents buy it for themselves and let their kids play with them. That's just always great to see. So on the back, you have the choking hazard. You have various other details about that. Just going to bring it a little closer. You guys can see that. Pause the video. Nothing on the sides there. And so the front of the packaging there, it is beautiful. Just check out that amazing, let me move this back a little bit, packaging. I'm loving the artwork. It's beyond awesome. It includes the ThunderCats symbol, the logo below that, Lion-O right there. It says Lion-O on the bottom there. The top of the box specifies Ultimates. The back of the box, just the ThunderCats logo, which is always great to see on anything. And the sides are plain. Hey everyone, welcome back. So as you can see, I have removed the slipcover from the packaging, and you can see Lionel placed in a really nicely done window box. The window box follows the same theme as the rest of the packaging, such as the slipcover there. Really like the execution. Right away, you could tell that they really put a lot of heart and soul into this figure just because of the packaging. It's really above and beyond expectations. And you see Lionel there along with all of his accessories, 3 different gloves, Sword of Omens, interchangeable head. We're going to take a closer look at that. But what you see in front of you is a good shot at Lionel. And the back of the box gives you really nicely done artwork featuring many characters that some have yet to be released in this line. Mattel never got to do some of these characters, so Super7 will be releasing them at some point. One little tidbit of fun I want to talk about is Snarf. You can see him to the left of Lionel there, just below Chitara and Panthro. Snarf is definitely coming. He's a main cast member. It's just a matter of when. I don't know when he's coming out. I haven't spoken to Super7 about this, but he's definitely coming. And my personal opinion, I think it would be very cool if he was offered in a 3-pack along with Wily Kit and Wily Cat. Mattel offered them as the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives back in 2016. So I think just throwing Snarf in there as a 3-pack would be a fun way to offer him. And I hope they do something like that. If not with Wily Kit, Wily Cat, maybe Marmot as a 2-pack, Mumm-Ra's dog. You never know how this is going to work out, but just know Snarf is coming. It's just a matter of when, and it's a matter of how they release them. So you also see several other characters in there, and of course you see the ThunderCats lair, which may or may not see release in this line. Nothing's been confirmed at this point. I would be very surprised if that would happen. Right now we're living in a pandemic and there's a lot of uncertainty. Snake Mountain is late, so we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully someday that will become a reality, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do now is open it up and take a closer look at Lionel. We're going to check him out. We're going to compare him to the figure that Mattel offered, and we're going to check out the accessories. All right, real quick, guys, I want to give you a look at the tray shot. As you can see, there are 2 different trays. The tray back here, you have the interchangeable hands, which is behind Lionel, and he has the Book of Omens, which you see on the top there. But I just wanted to show you guys this. Doesn't hold up on its own. Just to give you a look at the tray and the how it's all positioned out. Hey everyone. So as you can see, I've taken Lionel out of packaging and I've put his accessories around him to give you a better look. And I want to start this off by talking about the accessories. He includes 4 gloves. One is attached to his hip that you see right there on camera, and the other 3 are right in front of the figure. So let's take a closer look at these. Two of the gloves are smooth. The one that's on his hip is smooth, and the other one is textured. The other two is textured, excuse me. So here's a comparison between these two. One's a little darker painted than the other, as you can see. And this one here has the handle of the sword inside, which is sculpted. And this one can clip on his belt, as it has this little loop thing over here, which I'm going to show you guys in a few moments. But this and this one here can go inside his wrist, as it has the peg right there. So again, there's the difference between the two. And this one also has the peg that can go right into his wrist by removing the hand that's there. And there's a closer look at the glove. The Book of Omens. Check out that great detailed deco there. Loving that little logo back there. And on the back, that's more plain. They even sculpted the pages, which I think is a very nice little added bonus. So they went all out on this. So Lion-O includes 3 sets of interchangeable hands, 6 total, that we're going to take a look. And here's the other one. He also comes with these Sword of Omens. This one is the long one. And inside the glove over there, that's the short one. And he also comes with an extra head sculpt. All right, so now we're going to take a closer look at Lion-O. He is beautiful. Just check out that sculpt. It's a reuse from the 2016 release. New deco in a lot of places. We're going to compare that with the one Mattel put out. But I just want to show you guys the overall sculpt here. Just check out that great attention to detail all throughout. Lion-O as he deserves to be made. And let's take a look at that head sculpt there. They really did a great job on it. Just look at the detail to the eyes, the face, the different color deco on his face. Those lines are nice, crisp, and clean. So they really did a nice job on that. I would say pretty much all the paint on the figure is crisp and clean, especially around the belt area. I really don't see any major imperfections on this particular sample. But when I say major, no severe paint bleeding. There's a little bit right there, but you know, I can live with a little bit. And as I specified before on the gloves, this clips on right to his hip right here. You can see it swivel, it can move around, and there we go. The blade is removable. Boy, when that wasn't removing, I'm like, what is going on here? But it just got stuck from being in there for months, or who knows how long that was put in there. But so just like the 2016 release, this comes out and he can hold the sword. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a great way to put it in front of his face for him to say, Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight, which shows him what's going on the planet or his friends in trouble. But they really did a nice job on it. And let's take a look at the other side. And it's the same thing there. And here's a look at Lion-O with another set of his interchangeable hands holding the Sword of Omens. So I just wanted to show you guys how this looks in the hand. And we're going to look at all the accessories applied to the figure in a few moments. But as you can see, I think he looks great. All right, so here's a look at the other sculpted texture glove with the handle of the Sword of Omens connected to his hip there. And it works the same way as the other one. Swivels around and might fall out a little easily, but you can see how it's put in there. And just want to give you guys a comparison. This is the one that's removable. So you see a little bit of the eye right there. And you see the big difference between the smooth and sculpted design of the gloves. All right, so I went ahead and put the smooth glove right into his wrist, and he's holding the Sword of Omens there. And I also put in his other head sculpt with the grinning face right there. And you can really see that great level of detail, just like the other head. There's a huge difference between the two facial expressions. Same great deco applied to each one. The hairstyle is also very, very similar to each other. But I just want to show you guys a look at the face, the grin, and let's take a look at the back of the head there. Let's just compare it. So again, the hairstyle is very similar, a little bit changed, not much between the two. And here's a look at inside the glove on his wrist. And it works the same way it did back in 2016 when Mattel was offering the figure. Again, this is sculpts the same. Just the major changes are the deco. And we're going to take a look at the Mattel figure in a moment. I'm going to compare them. All right, and here's a look at the other glove put in his wrist. The one with the sculpted texture. Great deco applied. Nice paint washes. I think they really did a good job on it. And of course, again, the Sword of Omens. Hey everyone, welcome back. So we are now going to take a look at the comparison shot between the two figures. As you can see, there's a significant amount of differences between the two. The one that Mattel put out is on the right there, and Super7 is on the left. I'm seeing a lot of differences. The Super7 release has a brighter blue, but there's also changes in the skin tone there. It's not as bright as the one Mattel put out. The belt, you see, it has a darker gray than the one Mattel put out. The hair color is darker red with a black wash compared to the brighter red that Mattel put out. The attention to detail on the face, you see there, is A lot of differences. And when I say differences, I mean that you see the eyes aren't quite as open as the one that Mattel put out over here. There's a ton of difference between the sculpting of the eyes, as you can see, more than I was expecting. I actually wasn't expecting this big of a change, but I think they both look great. I really can't pick a favorite. There is something I like better, the one that Mattel put out over the Super 7 release, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. But I just want to give you guys a look right now of the head. And let's turn it around. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the gloves. You see there's a little bit of difference between the two. Super 7 on that side, Mattel on the right. The only major difference I see in the two is that maybe there's a little bit of a difference between the metallic gold that they used right there. But other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, maybe the paint washes are slightly different, but nothing major. You could see there. Let's just turn this around. All right, so I turned the figures around. I want to show you guys the back side. You see the same changes you see in the front, the difference between the skin tones, the different shade of blue, several blues on the outfit. I'm also seeing a difference on the boots, the belt, the hair. Everything about it is completely redone, and they both look great from the front, from the back. Really no complaints on either one. All right, the next order of business, we're going to talk about the swords. There is a significant difference between the swords. The blade is a darker gray, while the Mattel sword is silver. They're also completely unique as far as sculpting. You see that the blade that Mattel put out, it's wider than the one that Super 7 put out. And as far as which one's my favorite, I'm going to have to go with Mattel. There's nothing wrong with Super 7s at all. They did a fantastic job on the sword, but I just think that the one that Mattel put out is maybe a little bit more special. I don't know. I like the metallic silver and the the wider blade there. But Super 7 also did a really nice job on it. Let's bring these guys a little bit closer. Give you guys a look. So you can see the difference between the two blades. They're identical on both sides. Let's just turn it around, give you guys a look. So there's your look and comparison of the swords. Again, they both look great. Either one would do. Right now, the Super 7 release is going to be a lot more cheaper to obtain and easier to maintain since stores can order it. So I would definitely get that. The Mattel figure is going to be a lot more money and harder to find as it's 4 years old. And that one was much more limited in availability. So you're going to be paying up to wazoo right now for that figure. So don't decide based on the sword and my opinion, but they definitely do look good. You also see the difference in handles there as well. Take a closer look. It's very, very similar, but you can see that the Mattel sword has smaller details on the sword compared to the one that Super7 just put out. All right, we're doing more comparison, and I put the two releases that Bandai put out on either side. The one on the right is the 8-inch release, which was the first Lion-O figure that Bandai put out. And at some point, they said, oops, well, maybe 8-inch wasn't standard, so we'll try it with a 6-inch Lion-O, which is on the left over there, this little guy. And so they put him out, and shortly after that, they canceled the line. And so I've been pretty sad about that until Mattel offered the line in 2016. They did their own take on ThunderCats and just revived the line. 4 years later, Super7 released their first wave of ThunderCats figures, and that is what we're looking at now. This is the Super7 figure here. Over here is the one that Mattel put out. So I just want to give you guys a look at all the 6 to 8-inch Lion-O figures out on the market. There is a variant to the 8-inch Lion-O that Bandai put out. I think it was a Toys R Us San Diego release in a red outfit. That was a Mumm-Ra figure, which I have. It's in package. It's somewhere in storage, but since it's a different color outfit, I'm not going to worry about it. So I also want to show you guys the back of all these figures, and you see that there's a pretty big significance between the 4 there. The Bandai figure had all of these screws in the back, so that's the only epic fail about that figure in particular. I wish they had continued the line. I wish they still will. I recently reached out to Bandai back at New York Toy Fair this year for an update on ThunderCats, not focused on the classic collection, but about the 2011 series, 2012 series, and right now there are no further plans for it, which shouldn't be surprising to anyone at this time. I would be very surprised if they ever do ThunderCats again. But as you can see, the Super7 figure far exceeds what Bandai put out in many different ways. And I'm not just saying that because they have the horsemen sculpting the figures, but Super7 is doing a better job on the brand than Bandai America ever did. And that's just my opinion, unfortunately. I know they worked hard, they did try, but it really wasn't done properly. So there's your look at the 4 figures. Thank you so much again for watching. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. I just want to say that on this particular review, there's no written portion and photo gallery, and that's just to save some time. I have product samples sitting here to review, so I wanted to definitely take an hour or so and check out Lion-O, talk about it, check him out. He's trending right now, and I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents about the figure, talk about it, go in depth on it, and just share information with you guys. So it was basically just a time saver. That's why we focused on the video today. So again, thank you so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Please like and share this video. Please follow us on social media. Links below on YouTube in the description or on the upper right-hand side of the website. Please stay tuned for more coverage and check out ToyHypeUSA.com daily for toy news, reviews, and more. Thanks, guys.